class, we want to talk about background images. Basically, we've already used a background in this course the other time where we converted this. We added the background of gray to this. I think I removed it in the we added the background color of F4 to the lead. We've done something like that. We added this background color to it, and you can see it here, the background color we added here. And I think we did that also by adding the background color to my bio, but for some reason it's not there. So let's just add it back and see. So the syntax for it is background color, then I think we use F4 for it, and this came up. So now we are going to talk about background images, how we are able to add background images to our website. I found the ugly pattern. I designed the very ugly pattern, and I have already saved it in our image folder. So just go to your Hello World folder, and maybe I'll just get the image or use any image of your choice. I just got this image that was 300 by 300 pixel. It's not so fine, just for the purpose of this explanation. So that's what I'm going to use as background image, and you can use something beautiful. This is not beautiful. I just put some patterns together on Adobe Illustrator and got this up. So basically that is that about the background. Then you can now come into our code. So how do we use background to put a background image wherever we want? Let's say I want to put that background image under this aspect, this section of my bio. How do I go about doing it? So I go to my bio. How did my bio? I gave it the class of bio, so I could just go and target that class in our CSS. And by now you should be able to understand how to get a class bio, and now we can now add a background image to it, and you use URL, just URL, then you put a bracket. Then how do we get to locate this image? Remember, it's in our image folder. This is the image bg.png, and we are here in the CSS folder. So how do we navigate outside of the CSS folder into the image folder, then pick the background image? It's simple. All you just have to do is put full stop. The first full stop means you're actually referring to items inside this CSS folder. If you want to go a step backward again, you put another full stop. In that case, you're outside of this CSS folder. You are now in the general Hello World folder. Now you need to enter into the image folder, so you put a /. If you notice, when you put a /, it will show you the CSS folder again, because you're about to enter into a folder, and the only three things in this document are the CSS folder, the image folder, and the index.html file. But we want to enter the images folder, so go images, then another /. Then here is our inside. We are now inside the images folder. That is like we're now inside here, and we can now pick this. So what do? We now pick the bg.png. That's the name, and that's it. We save. So if we go back to our browser, we'll see that this place now has the background on it, the bg.png background on it. But for some reason, if you notice, when we talked about design, contrast was part of the things that needs to be there. So we are not even seeing the text in this place. So what do? We could just change the text color to let's say white. I think white should be found. Yes, that's white. And let's see what happens. Okay, we get our contrast and we get our image, but this website, this link is still showing blue but there's a way to work on that. You could just target the link. So another way to target it, you could target the general link tag, but since we want to be very specific here, we'll say bio. Sorry, not boy, bio, and we are looking for the link tag there, and we want the text color to be white, and I think that will do it, and our text color becomes white. You see, it becomes white. And even though it has the you can equally remove the underline. I think you can say text decoration, and you can say none, and let's see. Yes, the underline is removed. It's removed. So that is just how to do it. But if you notice, you might not know it is a tag, so you could say put a dot is on over. Okay, you could just target the same thing the same way. Bio a tag on over. We want to know the over. I think it's double over. I think it's 1. If you over it, we want it to want the color to become maybe gray, so just change to F4. I think this should work. So let's see, on over it turns gray. So when you're hovering over it, like not necessarily clicking, when your mouse is on it turns gray. And I think this is the same trick that most websites use. So when you're now going through and you just hover it becomes gray. You can equally put the text decoration of underline to come back. So we could say text decoration underline to come. So when we save that, if we're hovering, it doesn't only just turn gray, the underline comes, and that is part of the beauty of CSS that I was talking about. So although this is ugly, the background color is ugly, and I already said that from the beginning, but basically this is how you add a background image to a document. You can actually still do this and add it to the whole document, to the whole web page. Basically all you could just do is just the same thing we did here. You just go to the beginning in the body file, body tag, and just say background image, then you put your URL, then you just go outside, look for images, and that's it. And if you've done that, you see you've populated everywhere with that image, and it is not pretty at all. It is not pretty at all. It is not pretty at all. But basically this is something you can equally do to create that. You could use it for your web page, so that when we go into JavaScript, so that when your user clicks on a button, it becomes dark mode, everything becomes dark, the background becomes dark, then your text becomes white. That's also a trick that you could use. And Wow, I think that's the end of this class. We've been able to deal with backgrounds. I don't like this background. I don't know why it was this pattern I came up with, but it's just not doing justice to anything. But I hope you are able to understand the concepts. It may not be beautiful, but hope you're able to understand that you can actually add background image to your web platform, to your web pages. So thank you. This is the end of this class. In the next class, we'll talk about something else.